Here we go, big game coming. Chhaju Ram Academy up against Bhaini School. This is a K7 Kabaddi stage up competition. It's a tournament for the rising stars. It's a tournament for the future of Kabaddi. Bhaini School, they've been excellent so far, but they need a win. This is a Pool A contest. The two captains out in the center with the match umpire. And we're in for a great match. The youngsters on display. Bhaini School have lost a couple of encounters that they think they should have won. And up against them, they've got the Chhaju Ram Academy. It's going to be an interesting contest, this. This is the lineup for the Bhaini School as I welcome my good friend and colleague from the world of Kabaddi, a voice that you guys know and love, Padamji Charawat. Paddy, we've seen this team before. Mohit, Goyat, Kismat Singh, Monu, Vikas as well.
Yeah, and in the lineup, you might not see them to be as all-rounders, but aware of those tiny little efforts that everyone puts in the department that they're not aimed at, and looking at their opponents, Siddharth, they too have a good team.
Yeah, the Chhaju Ram Academy today. Darpan in the left corner, Mohit, Ravinder, Sushil, Sachin on the right corner, Aman and Manoj in the starting seven. You've got Surinder, Nitesh, Harsh, Yogesh, and Happy in X12. Will they be the happier of the bunch? That's the question at the end of this match, because they need the win. Right now, Bhaini School are in third place on the pool table and they will go through to the Super Sixes. But Chhaju Ram Academy actually struggling at this point.
Yeah, but the beauty about sport is that history counts. So both the teams will start with nothing on board. So what you do on this day matters most. So pull up your socks, and you've got a fantastic platform fan code. Kabaddi Adda is doing a great. This is great service to Kabaddi as well. Congratulations to Kabaddi Adda.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good tournament going forward for the future of Kabaddi. Completely agree with you, Paddy. What Fan Code and Kabaddi Adda have put together, fantastic for the sport. Sushil Om, one to watch. 88 rate points already. That's a big haul of points. 4 to the stars to watch out for so far in this entire tournament. And he is playing for the Chhaju Ram Academy.
Yeah, and you gauge the quality of a raider by the strike rate, the success rate, the conversion rate, how many raids and how many successful. But good contest in the offing.
Really good contest to watch. This is how things stand. Mohit Goyat, he's been a good all-rounder actually, at times chipping in with the defense, but he's got 104 raid points. That's a huge haul. 6 super raids. And see a few more today as well. He's put in 192 raids. He's used a lot by the Bhaini School.
जी हाँ, और उनको एक चीज जो करनी पड़ेगी, उनको अपना जो एवरेज स्ट्राइक रेट है उसको थोड़ा बेटर करना पड़ेगा. उसके बाद टीम्स उनसे और ज्यादा खतरा महसूस करेंगी एंड he'll be talked about. जब तक खिलाड़ी आपकी टीम मीटिंग्स में डिस्कस नहीं हो रही है.
बिल्कुल. I think you want to see each of these kids talked about for a long time. We've seen how the progression can help, Paddy. We've seen lives change when players reach Pro Kabaddi. And for these youngsters, they're already earning money from this tournament. That is a huge one for them, for their coaches, for the support staff of the team. They've never had that before at the academy level. And for them to take that next step to Pro Kabaddi would be a dream come true.
Yeah, I think this is a fantastic stepping stone to further success. I mean, this is great platform. You being watched. Only yesterday, somebody called me and said, "Oh, I heard Suhail and you on fan code." So it's like that is one friend I'm not even told about. Because if you are a Kabaddi lover, you'll always be a Kabaddi lover.
Absolutely. I think ये जो खेल है, it's India's खेल.
ये हमारा अपना खेल है सुहेल, और मैं हमेशा ना साज ना खुला मैदान चाहिए, लाइन की एटीट्यूड चाहिए. ये क्योंकि ये जद्दोजहद का खेल है, क्योंकि ये पकड़म पकड़ाई का खेल है, और इसमें आपको मुस्तैद तो होना पड़ेगा, चुस्त भी होना पड़ेगा, ताकतवर भी होना पड़ेगा, लेकिन आपका जो दिमाग है, मस्तिष्क है आपका, it needs to be working like a chess player.
Absolutely. Who's got the first moves on that chessboard, on that kabaddi court? First half action underway. And it will on that first raid. Good work. I think it is Bhaini School that are actually playing from right to left, so don't get confused by the scoreline. I know it doesn't help that are pretty much identical as well. But right now this is Bhaini School raiding, and we've been dumped on that occasion. So just to relieve you from the confusion at this point. Rating at the moment on that replay is the Bhaini School. They're rating from right to left, and from left to right are Chhaju Ram Academy.
Yeah, mostly it was for me actually, just to gauge because Sohail is very good with and with putting that name to the things like that. I have struggled with that always, and that's where I rely on Sohail, and that's where teamwork works. That is where it's so very crucial, so very nice to see. Okay, so what does it do to scoreline? Chhaju Ram Academy have two. Bhaini School have not opened their account just yet.
And this is actually Bhaini School rating now. So just we'll keep you guys in the loop in terms of the graphic, but at the bottom it's Bhaini School from right to left, and this half will raid from left to right. This is Kismat Singh.
But he is very talented. He doesn't always have to depend luck or fate. He's very skillful. Goes back. Sometimes you realize that the point is not there for taking, and when you see that, at least don't give a point in the search of that is non-existent. That's very crucial because you'll end up giving points. हर एक टच के साथ आप प्लेयर रिवाइव करते हैं और हर एक टच अगर आप पे हो गया तो ओपोनेंट्स अपना एक खिलाड़ी जीवित कर लेते हैं. ऑल आउट भी होता है और जब ऑल आउट होता है उसके आपको अंक मिलते हैं. कबड्डी का खेल समझना बड़ा आसान है, खेलना बड़ा कठिन है. आपको बहुत सारी क्वालिटीज इसमें चाहिए होती हैं.
Nice touch with seeing the reader name come up as well, Paddy.
Makes our life easy. We don't have to see the jersey number, then the screen onto the left. Fruit machine is what we call it always well. But this sport, ये खेल जो है ये एक किसी भी फल से मीठा है. मीठा इसलिए है क्योंकि आपको सुकून देता है, ये स्वाद देता है. ये करने के बाद जब मैं और आप उठते हैं तो गले लगाते हैं एक दूसरे को क्योंकि इतना मजा आ जाता है.
Bilkul, and especially doing it with you, Paddy. And I think given the history that we've got together in this sport, it's nice to see the history and the future come together. This is the future. Aman looking for a big raid. Good work. That was a do or die raid for Aman. He was under pressure, and that's why he was thrown in. They were saving Sushil Om. An early lead for Chhaju Ram Academy. Remember, they need the win to move themselves into contention to move to the Super 6.
And what he did with that push was he created the opportunity onto his left, and that's what you do. You need to find means and ways to make a successful exit back into your own half. Chhaju Ram, किस्मत सिंह एक बार फिर से पिछली दफा जब आए थे कुछ खास करके नहीं गए थे. इस दफा भी ज्यादा वेंचर नहीं करते. सोहेल अंदर ज्यादा नहीं जाते हैं. आप देखिए बॉकलाइन के इर्द गिर्द रहते हैं. ओह उन्होंने कहा ये लीजिए टच.
Given him a gift, and he'll take it wholeheartedly. Been a good start for Chhaju Ram, but there you go. First points finally for Bhaini School. And it comes from Kismat Singh.
Yeah, it is not what you have in life. It is what you do with what you have. आपको हर किसी को लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेज मिलते हैं. आपका टैलेंट कुछ और है, मेरा टैलेंट कुछ और है. मगर हम उस टैलेंट के साथ, हम उस प्रतिभा के साथ क्या करते हैं, ये बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है. फिलहाल हम भारत के ये हरियाणा के जो युवा के साथ क्या कर रहे हैं. फैंटास्टिक प्लेटफॉर्म फ्रंट कोर्ट पे. ओह ब्रिलियंट टैकल. टीम वर्क कैसे होता है, ऐसे होता है.
Matched and dumped aside. That's a great tackle. Paddy, लेकिन आपके पास तो बहुत talent है. You got talent in music, you got talent in sport, you got talent. So all of it also.
सुनील आपको कोशिश करते रहना चाहिए जिंदगी में. मैं मानता हूँ मंजिल मिले ना मिले मुकद्दर की बात है, पर आप कोशिश ना करो ये गलत बात है. अगर ऊपर वाले ने आपको हुनर दिया है, चाहे वो कबड्डी खेलने का या कबड्डी कमेंट्री करने का या फिर गाना गाने का है, तो आप उसको मेहनत उसमें जरूर करें.
Absolutely.
ताकि later in life, if you have regret, you should look back and say, I gave my best. And that's exactly what happens in sports. If you worked hard, always believe that battles are not won in the battlefield, but in the practice arena. So if you put in effort, you'll never regret.
Yeah, absolutely. These boys are putting in a good effort. Yet again, they're using Aman for the Chhaju Ram Academy. Remember, it's Chhaju Ram in the first half, raiding from left to right. The names are popping up for you of the raiders and who's raiding at the moment at the bottom of your screens. That helps things out.
For the third time, Kismat Singh comes. Kismat Singh has got has put in 2 raids. He's got 1 point. He has not been tackled so far. तो वो बहुत जरूरी चीज हो जाती है क्योंकि आप बेंच पर गए नहीं. आप जब तक जाएंगे नहीं, अंक मिलेगा नहीं. बोनस पॉइंट लेने पर कोई जीवित नहीं होता. सिंपल रूल्स है. वही जो प्रो कबड्डी आपने देखे होंगे वही यहाँ पर. माशाल्लाह बहुत ही खूबसूरत लग रहा है. और इतने कैमरा एंगल से होगा ये मैंने सोचा नहीं था. और इतनी बढ़िया कवरेज होगी. मतलब रेडर का नाम तक आपको मिल रहा है, सारे स्टैट्स आपको मिल रहे हैं और नीचे आप देख सकते हैं किस टीम के कितने खिलाड़ी जीवे.
Yeah, quite amazing. Really quite amazing. Great work from Fancore and Kabaddi Adda to bring this to you. This is coming to you live from Gurugram, the Future Fighters Kabaddi Academy. For all of you that don't know, that's actually the home of Naveen Kumar's Academy of Indian Kabaddi.
या कौन नहीं जानता उनको। अर्जुन अवार्डी हैं, भारतीय टीम के कप्तान रह चुके हैं, एशियन गेम गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट हैं। और यू मुंबा जब सीजन 1, 2, 3 में उन्होंने यू मुंबा की कप्तानी की थी, सीजन 2 में जब यू मुंबा जीती थी तब वही कप्तान थे। कैप्टन कूल के नाम से एक ही शख्स जाना जाता है भारत में धोनी के बाद, और वो है अनूप हुआ।
Yeah, very nice of him to host the entire league phase, the stage up phase of K7 Kabaddi. And I think what is nice to see is that you'll see a lot of these guys with bright futures. There's so many leagues, Paddy, with cricket at the moment. You talk about the Haryana Premier League, the Tamil Nadu Premier League, the Karnataka Premier League, all of these acting as feeder series to the IPL. And suddenly, we're getting the first glimpse doing the same thing through the heart and soul of Kabaddi in India, which is the academies.
ओ ओ ओ ओ फैंटास्टिक। आप ये देखना चाहते हैं, आपका दिल, आपका दिमाग, सबका संतुलन बहुत अच्छा था 2 पॉइंट रेट मोहित गोयत के साथ, और वो क्या करता है, इस मुकाबले को और ज्यादा नजदीक का बनाता है। एक बार फिर से रिप्ले में देखिए, सुहेल्स वॉइस ऑलवेज साउंड्स ग्रेट ऑन रिप्ले।
Yeah, I love it, Paddy. I love the work from Mohit Goyat. Now, one man left for Chhaju Ram Academy. All out opportunity for Bhaini School. What a comeback. They were trailing by 3. Now they've got the all out. That is critical. This is why Bhaini School are already in the top 3 in this Pool A. And I think that's why the quality they possess is going to be critical going forward.
ये और एक सबक भी है, जैसे कि आपने कहा वो 3 पॉइंट से पिछड़ रहे थे। देयर विल बी मोमेंट्स इन लाइफ व्हेन यू विल नॉट सक्सीड, बट if you have a clear cut vision, if you are ready to focus like a laser, not like a flashlight, you will succeed.
You'll hear all the analogies come through from Padamji Charawat. It's been 6 years since I've heard them. I know most of them, but every time I think I know some, there are some new ones coming, and I love them. 10-4 the scoreline.
We're celebrating our 7th year together, and well done. ऐसे रेडर को आप कैसे रोकेंगे सोहेल, जिसके पास बैक ट्रैकिंग स्किल्स भी हो? मतलब नई नई चीजें आपको इख्तियार करनी पड़ेगी, जैसे प्रदीप नरवाल के बारे में कहते हैं कि आपको 2 चेंज कई बार लानी पड़ती है उनको रोकने के लिए।
And Paddy, they say there's a 7-year itch in that it so flourishes. So we've reached the flourishing phase now.
अब आप और मैं एक दूसरे से डिवोर्स नहीं ले सकते।
So now it's big time. We're stuck for life.
4 अंकों की बढ़त है बैनी स्कूल के पास, और जब मुकाबला शुरू हुआ था, as well was telling you that they started as favorites. They were trailing. They did not have anything to show against the 3 points that their opponents had picked. But from there on, they have picked their game. And mistakes are the portals of discovery. They did make some mistakes. They learned from them, and now they are leading the front. But as Sushil comes into it, well, let's remind our view that this will change again. क्योंकि यही कबड्डी के खेल।
Absolutely. And that's the good thing about this sport. It changes so quickly. At this level, we saw the previous games. Here, NK Kabaddi Academy were taking on Bhaini School. What a match that was, which was a tight game right till the end. And we really saw the swinging of the pendulum and then one team breaking through. So, we know that these teams are capable of coming back very strong. Chhaju Ram Academy also need the points because they are outside the top 3. Only the top 3 from each pool advancing to the Super 6 stage. And NK Kabaddi is the only team so far that have advanced successfully already to the Super 6. So they can experiment a little bit with their team.
Yeah, because it's a long tournament, and when you've got the bench strength, you better use as well, so that when crunch time comes, when one of your key players may be due to injury or due to bad form or whatever, you have something to fall back upon. 5 point lead first, they went different.
Yeah, 10 minutes to go still in this first half, and it's been a tight match so far. Wow, what a raid that is. Sushil Om, this is why he's got the most points for this team. Chhaju Ram Academy will bank on his talent, and he breaks through that defense.
खूबसूरती उनकी होती है कि एकदम से there's a spring in the stride, and then he's got a little bit of a डुबकी as well, और डुबकी कई तरीके की है, बैक ट्रैकिंग करके भी, साइड से भी, तो कई तरीके से ये पानी में डुबकी लगाना जानते हैं. He's a brilliant swimmer on the kabaddi mat as well.
That's a great talent to have. I'm pretty sure it would have made Pradeep Narwal proud.
And as you can see, those great skills coming in from the Raider yet again, which makes the score 12-8. It's a 4-point lead for Bhaini School in this very crucial encounter. And all those of you who are watching our coverage, keep sending in your feedback, comment, suggestions. They are always welcome.
Yeah, really enjoying bringing this to you live on FanCode. Been fantastic to see these young Kabaddi stars come to life. Sushil Om back in the mix. I've got Padamji Charawat alongside myself, Suhil Chandok. in the com box. And this tournament being brought to you live and exclusive on fan code by Kabaddi Adda. And head across to kabaddiadda.com to get all the news, the highlights, and all the data from every match, the stats that matter. And make sure you keep playing on Dream 11 as well. Every contest is open. Paddy and I have been playing, trying to battle for pride. And a lot of you guys are beating us at the moment. So, Paddy,
We
we
don't
got to
mind
get some
that.
work
We
done.
don't mind that. We really don't mind that because the fact that we're loving soil is great participation. And when the sport spreads and when the sport is being talked about, when our K7 thing is being talked about, when you talk about the fact that brilliant work that's being done by Kabaddi Adda, oh, we saw you on fan code yesterday, it brings a smile on our face.
Yeah, absolutely. And fan code is a huge platform today for all of these young Kabaddi stars. You see how much there is going on constantly on fan. It's cricket, whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, Kabaddi now. It really is great to see new platforms arriving and giving the impetus to youngsters like this to showcase their talent and what talent they have.
एक ज़माना हुआ करता था कि जंगल में मोर नाचा किसने देखा? उन्होंने क्लेम किया है, लॉबी में चले गए हैं, यानी कि पक्का विश्वास है उनको कि पॉइंट उनके पास है। तो जंगल में मोर अब नहीं नाचेगा क्योंकि जब तक हुनर दिखेगा नहीं, हुनर बिकेगा नहीं। जो दिखता है वो बिकता है और आपको दिख भी रहा है कितना खूबसूरत टैलेंट यहाँ पर मौजूद है और उसे आप देख सकते हैं, आप डिस्कस करते हैं, आप यू टॉक अबाउट इट। 5 पॉइंट लीड, नॉट अ बिग लीड।
Not a big lead at all. And when you've got the talent that the Chhaju Ram Academy with Mohit, with Sushil Om, with Aman, they can wipe that lead out in no time. 8.5 minutes to go in this first half. It's been seamless the way this tournament has gone. And I think one of the beauties of kabaddi that happens in smaller parts of India is that you struggle to run to time. Many complications come in. Obviously, we're in the middle of a pandemic, but it's great to see this tournament come to life. And it's the hard work of everyone that's involved that's pulled it off. And really, testament to wanting kabaddi back on our screens. And it's great to have live kabaddi back.
Yeah, and many things will. One, that the employment that goes into people who are involved in the production, people were not getting jobs. One thing. Second thing, you're getting entertained by watching the sport that you love so much. So you like missing kabaddi, or when the next pro kabaddi season coming, it will be coming soon. But before that, if you get something like this to see and say, oh wow, will this kid be playing tomorrow for pro kabaddi? So things like that. I mean, it brings smiles and joys in the time when the globe is in the pandemic.
Yeah, no doubt whatsoever. Sport really our spirits, and I think all of us need a bit of a lift at this stage. But Kabaddi is back. Live Kabaddi, it's back. And it's back on fan code with Kabaddi Adda. And it's live here with the K7 Stage Up tournament. We will have the K7 finale later in the year. We're hearing that Pro Kabaddi will be back later in the year. And who knows, some of these guys could be featuring there. Happily comes in and picks up a 8 point.
Yeah, hefty cake. You need to have that, and that's a great skill to have because then you'll always be putting doubt and fear in the mind of the corner, especially whether he's going to use that toe touch, bonus kick there, surprise, and the surprise always it doesn't allow the defender to whether to crouch, stand midway, stand erect, whatever, and till the time you don't insert that doubt, you're not aware.
Yeah, good to see Happy come on to the court because he was in the substitutes corner. He was on the bench, but I like the look of him. Right Raider looks strong. All these players under the age of 21, it's young talent. And I think the amazing thing I heard from a couple of the players the other day, they came and said, "Humko paise mil rahe, thank you so much." And I think it's quite amazing to just see how much of a life-changing opportunity it is for kids who've been really just trying so hard to become kabaddi players and now earn a living from it at this stage itself.
Yeah, when your passion gets you your paycheck, for them, oh, well done. Great skill to have. He teased the left corner, enticed him to come towards him. And that's not a tackle you should have put in actually, because when a raider is in momentum is not just mass into velocity. There, he runs away with it.
Was that the mass of the velocity that one, Paddy? Oh, wow, this is good. This is really good from Chhaju Ram. They're coming back. Just unfortunately, though, just as we said that, unnecessary tackle from the right corner. Kismat Singh heads back with a point, and that wasn't really needed by Manoj in the right corner. Number 5 leaves his mark. Not convincing.
No, not convincing. Either you should be fully and wholly interested or blissfully uninterested. I mean, you need to have that clarity of thought, and that will always make you do that. Well done. Great defense there, because he's always taken those evasive actions in time. There tries the kick, stays away yet again. Somebody has to pounce. Now, when the kick goes up, that's a sign for the cover defender, the left corner and the left cover to come and pounce. When the right corner is in trouble, the left wing supports. When the left corner is in trouble, the right cover and the right corner, they'll come and they should use that either the block or the dash.
Yeah, 5.5 minutes to go. 11:15, the scoreline. It's close. Chhaju Ram Academy coming back nicely. And Paddy, it's about knowledge and wisdom, isn't it? I want to hear one of the greatest analogies.
Absolutely. See, में भी इस प्रांत में भी हरियाणा में भी टमाटर बड़े पाए जाते हैं. So knowing tomato is a fruit is knowledge. Not put in the fruit basket is wisdom. तो आप किसी आपके घर में मेहमान आया सोहेल, आप फ्रूट बास्केट रखते हो तो टमाटर थोड़ी रख देंगे आप, भले ही उसको फ्रूट की कैटेगरी में आता हो. तो इट इज ऑल अबाउट नोइंग दैट व्हेन टू डू इट, व्हेन नॉट टू डू इट. एज एन ओपनर, है ना, आप क्रिकेट खेलते थे तो आपको ये पता होता था छोड़नी है, ओ ये छोड़ेंगे, आप बचकर जाएंगे कहाँ, आप बेंच पर जाइए, आराम फरमाइए.
Palanji Chirawat, he's here all day. He's got the lines coming for you, and we absolutely love it. Great tackle. As you said, no knowledge or wisdom on that occasion from the Raider. Tried to find a way through the defense.
No,
Unbelievable.
they only had the knowledge that the Raider was there. They did not have the wisdom that do not take the contact.
He was a tomato and they dumped him on the side of the court.
Absolutely. He underestimated the defense. Oh, solid. 2 back-to-back great tackles. And that's good to see in a game that's mostly always led by Raiders.
Yeah, you talk about the stars of the show in cricket and and in Kabaddi we talk about the Raiders who own the space.
Anup, Rakesh, Pardeep.
Yeah, Pawan Sarawat. But these are the stars, the defenders that do the untiring, selfless work.
Yeah, and they only get 1 point for it. The Raider, at the most, I mean, he can fetch as many number of points. You get those touches, as many number of touches, the similar number of points for you. So, what are the points for Bhaini School? 16. What are the points for Chhaju Ram Academy? 12. Chhaju Ram Academy, Chhaju Ram School in Sonipat too has got a rich history as far as producing sportsmen. When you talk about that Chhaju Ram School, then talk about the hockey legends that have come from that region. So, great history. 4-point lead, nothing. It's important to have these timeouts. What it does is not just as a break to the players from the. It's a game which is played at a great speed, great endurance. You require that endurance. You require the strength, and you're moving all the time. When you're not moving, at least your mind is working all the time. So you are always busy. And when you're busy, you need a break like that. When you can have a chat, when you can discuss strategies, who to avoid, what to attack. Sometimes the coach tells you right corner is weak, so make sure. Just target him. You target players.
Yeah, I think that's what they've done well so far. Both these teams fighting back. Really impressive to watch. And hopefully these young lads will take inspiration from the Indian athletes in Tokyo as well, who've been putting on quite a show. 12-16 the scoreline.
मेरा दिल बिल्कुल सराहना करने का मन कर रहा है. मतलब कबड्डी अड्डा ने जो काम किया है और जो काम फैन कोड कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि जब आप मंच नहीं देंगे किसी अच्छी चीज को, तो खिलाड़ी अपना हुनर कहाँ दिखाएगा. तो ये बहुत ही ब्रिलियंट टूर्नामेंट है. और मैं आपको उस दिन भी कह रहा था कि व्हेन आई सॉ दिस कवरेज आई वाज अमेज्ड and I had a big smile on my face. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I'm watching the stats. I'm watching the number of active players at the bottom of your screen. I'm seeing the time that is left in the game. The clock is running. 3 मिनट से कम का समय शेष रह गया. रेडर का नाम मुझे मिल रहा है और मुझे क्या चाहिए?
Yep. And you're getting good kabaddi.
वो तो है. उसके अलावा देखिए क्या क्या मिल रहा है आपको.
Yeah, we're getting some great replays. The cameramen have been fantastic. Production quality has been top notch. And it's a top notch tournament for these youngsters. Why not? They deserve it. They work so hard, day in and day out. They're training from 5 in the morning. I visited Haryana not so long ago, Paddy. You're obviously from Haryana as well. I went to the Narwal Kabaddi Academy, who will be in Pool B, the home of Pardeep Narwal actually. And you see these boys, they come in at 5 in the morning. They're working hard. They're putting the mud together, making sure the neck runs through the mud, and their warm-ups. They're doing their training every day, hoping for some reward. And this is the reward you want to give back to them.
Yeah, and a whole lot goes into making a sportsman. It's not easy. You need to listen to that 4 o'clock alarm in the morning. You need to listen to the scolding parents. You need to listen to a coach who's relentless. And there's a life that you need to make sacrifices. Well done. I really like it. Not just the touch, but the turn and the tumble and the celebration and the confidence. Wow.
They should use it more, Happy. Chhaju Ram Academy. He's been excellent. Look at the movement, good footwork, turns, good awareness, looks for where the man is hitting his mark. I think he's got a spring in his step.
Yeah, he did. I mean, for a moment, I think he had made the wrong move because he had his back towards one corner, and that's the time when he's like that. Either it's then, or you should not foul.
Yeah, absolutely. Kismat Singh has actually been one of the lead raiders. We all expected Mohit Goyat to take charge for Bhaini School, and both the jerseys very similar. The lights actually here are blue as well. So while there's one light blue and one dark blue, both looking very similar under the blue lights.
Well, thank God we got the name of the raider at the bottom of the screen, so that helps us a lot because at times the commentators can get confused as well.
Yeah, great initiative from Kabaddi Adda to add the Raiders' names as well, giving you the live scoreline. And there's been so much interest in this tournament from across the country. Many scouts from Pro Kabaddi have been calling me saying, guys, who can we pick? Who should we watch out for? And I said, I'm not telling you anything. Get on fan code, watch the tournament. I'm not giving anything away to you guys.
And why should we? Why should we? Please watch it. Share your feedback, spread the word, talk to your friends, have a debate. Which team is the favorite? Which team is not? Who's your favorite raider? Who's your favorite defender? We want all of that to happen. I'm sure all of that is already happening for the moment. What's happening is under 20 seconds in the first half. Each kabaddi game is made up of two halves of 20 minutes each. Those 20 minutes can be intriguing, grueling, full of suspense, action, drama, whatever. You name it, you get it. Because, see, sport is the biggest metaphor. So many types of emotions you don't get to see anywhere else. You got euphoria of a win, gloom of a loss. You get angry also sometimes. Then the coach tells you the power of calm. So many things you only learn in sport.
Yeah, and what you'll also learn is that it's a 2 point game at the halftime. What a game this promises to be. Chhaju Ram Academy, Paddy, if they win this match, actually have a chance of qualifying for the Super 6. So very important. And if you win by a margin of more than 5 points, you take the extra point forward. And that could be critical. 3 teams from every group going through to the next stage, the Super 6, and then semi-finals and finals.
And when is that stage?
So that's going to be straight after this. This tournament goes all the way to the 8th of August. So the final few days, we'll have the semi-finals and finals. There you go. 16-14 the scoreline. And the Bhaini School with 9 rate points. Chhaju Ram with 11. But it's a tackle points where Bhaini School have come through.
2 पॉइंट का फर्क है 2 पॉइंट कुछ भी नहीं होता है कबड्डी खेल में और वही छज्जू राम अकादमी कोच उनको कह भी रहे होंगे कि 2 पॉइंट है ये तो कोई भी एक रेडर एक रेड में लेगा आप एक सुपर रेड डालिए आप लीड में भी आ जाएंगे तो पासा या कब पलट जाए you never know because that is the beauty highlights में एक बार नजर डालते हैं सोहेल and you talk about it this is something again I mean each time I come and I do commentary, I am surprised with what I see. I did not get to see the highlights the last time around I was here. Now, this was a brilliant tackle. He wanted to go up in the air like Pawan Sherawat, was brought down on the mat flat.
I'm just as surprised as you, Paddy. I love it. The highlights, straight at halftime. The team is working really hard behind the scenes to bring you the highlights straight away. And we've had some key moments in this match. Key moments from the likes of Happy, Aman. Great tackles coming in from the right side. That was a hefty one. We saw back-to-back tackles as well. And this was Happy. It came on court for Chhaju Ram Academy. There was a bit more happiness as well for that team.
Yeah, and that happiness was not it was short-lived. Yes, it was. Great tackles coming in from the defense. And when you have super tackle opportunity, and all goes back, carries him home. So many moments of glory. But the counter attack was always coming from the defense, and the defense, I think, was the highlight in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, excellent work. Really good to see from both these teams putting on quite a fight. The lead initially with Chhaju Ram, then Bhaini School took the lead. They held on to it, but now it's just a 2 point game. And we're just watching the highlights of the first half. And it's been an entertaining first half of Kabaddi. As you're seeing here, the quality of Ray pulling off a dukki that Pardeep Garwal would be proud of. Big tackles. Then we saw this young man, Mohit Goyat, rise to the occasion, breaking through the defense, but then pulling them back as well. We saw qualities that we expect from the big leagues. These boys are bracing themselves for the big leagues.
Absolutely. And you put any of those in body and an asset to the team, that's for sure. Look at the potential. Look at that kick. It requires so quality. And to be fit, you need to be skillful, and then you need to have quick feet, fast hands as a leader. You need to be moving well. You need to be thinking fast, and then you need to be aware as to and not greedy at the same time. Sometimes the raider gets greedy, and in the greed of picking up more points, you get tackled, as that was the case with Kismat.
So the key is for the Chhaju Ram Academy, they've got a small chance to make it through. Win really big actually here. They need to win by more than 5. As we're watching the highlights here at halftime, they have to win this by a margin of more than 5 points, and then they also need Bhaini School to lose their next game. So this is how things stand at halftime. Bhaini School on 16, Chhaju Ram Academy on 14. It is a very tight game, and Chhaju Ram need to really dig deep here. They need to really want the moment, because for them, a win here would mean a slim chance at making it through to the Super 6 stage.
शुरुआत होगी जब आप दूसरे हाफ की शुरुआत करेंगे, तो आप वापस आइए, वापस आकर आपको एकदम से पहले तो वो 2 पॉइंट की जो लीड है उसको, उस डेफिसिट को आपको उतारना होगा, और आपको ये देखना होगा कि जो आपके रिस्क एलिमेंट्स हैं उनको आप जितना कम कर दें उतना ही आपके लिए बढ़िया है. So that is going to be very, very crucial. We just saw the first 20 minutes, very exciting first 20 minutes, where defense was having a say on the Raiders, and which is always nice to see in a sport. As well, you and I were talking about a short while back that in cricket, it's the batsmen who hog the limelight. It is the Raiders who become superstars. But the value of defense, if you look at the history of Pro Kabaddi, the teams who won it, teams with the firepower and the defenses have won more titles than those who solely relied on the power of Raiders.
Yeah, and second half action now underway. It is Bhaini School from left to right, and Chhaju Ram from right to left. Kuldeep Singh. We've seen that name before in Pro Kabaddi. It's not the same lad, but maybe we'll see this Kuldeep Singh in Pro Kabaddi one day as well.
हरियाणा में नाम आपको बड़े प्रचलित आपको मिलेंगे, कुलदीप, संदीप, दीपक, दीपक नरवाल से आप प्रचलित हैं. इस डिफेंस से आपको प्रचलित होना पड़ेगा. That defense talk. When the corner dive, the left cover was right there to block him and kill anything that he had left in the body.
And Paddy, you spoke about one Deepak. Another Deepak will actually feature later in the tournament. Deepak Nivas Hooda, his academy, his foundation has an academy, and they will feature in Pool B in this tournament. So that's the quality of teams you're getting. We saw Dronacharya awardees, we see Asian Games gold medalists. All of them have in the K7, and look at the scoreline.
16 all.
Love it. And last man standing. If Chhaju Ram Academy can get the all out, they will move into the lead. Ooh, more than that's a big raid. Is he out though? He might be out. No, it's a 2-point raid. He
And
swings his lower body.
they should have been, I mean, let him take a bonus and go back. Let him take a bonus and go back. Then he does not get revived. You don't revive a player.
Yep.
Go and touch him and come back.
At 3 instead of 1, you could have had an all out. Instead, super tackle opportunity. That's a big, big mistake from Chhaju Ram Academy, especially when you need to win and win big. That's a big error. And they compound the error with a super tackle. That's bad news.
जी हाँ, 3 डिफेंडर्स हों उससे कम हो तो आपके पास सुपर टैकल अपॉर्चुनिटी होती है. सुपर टैकल इज व्हेन यू 3 or lesser number and you produce a successful tackle. You don't win 1 but 2. They could have been in the lead. Now they're trailing yet again, and they're themselves to blame. One moment of error, one moment of madness, I'd call it, and you've given it away to your.
Yeah, this is tough for Chhaju Ram Academy. They need to keep the belief because they had them in the bag. And you can understand the coach animated because he believes they should have done better, and they should have. They had Bhaini School down to just one man. They had the all out for the taking, and instead of moving into the lead by 4 points, they actually now trail by 4, Chhaju Ram. And that's the beauty of this sport of Kabaddi. It can swing so quickly on its head.
Absolutely, and they'll rue that chance, the missed opportunity that they had. All that they had to do was just play sensibly. Don't let your ego dictate terms. Just tell yourself, okay, let him go back, give him a bonus. Teams, give a bonus. Please pick a bonus and go back. Then, because by picking up a bonus, you don't revive a player. And when you don't revive a player, it's the lone man standing, go and touch him and come back. But that was not to be. What stands here is Bhaini School, as were the favorites. They are still leading by 2 at the moment.
Yeah, so points were shared. There was a lot of deliberation between the umpires, and then a point each on that last occasion. So just need to see how many men are on court once play resumes, because there was some confusion. So the coach is being called and he's been given a green card. He's animated because he knows that Chhaju Ram Academy need to win. Yeah, He's showing to the umpires, and so straight away picks up a card. He'll head back to his corner. But good to see the coach with his mask on as well, even though they're operating under a bio bubble there. It's something that you all should do at home. Keep sanitizing, keep your masks on, get vaccinated as soon as possible.
So you're not even supposed to shout from the dugout. But
Yeah.
when you're wearing a mask, how would you know who's produced the shout? You can keep wearing the mask and you can keep getting naughty.
The good thing is the players know it, and that's a great tactic, Paddy. I think that you might see a few more coaches using it. There you go, he's got it as well. Good to see, good to see. And all our players here at the K7 Stage Up tournament from Kabaddi Adda and live and exclusive on Fat Goat have been vaccinated. It was one of the norms coming into the tournament that every player needed to be vaccinated. And I think that's something that was part of protocol. Good to see. And a big thanks to the Haryana government, the federation, for allowing the tournament to go through, for allowing permissions. And it's been great to watch.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Because as you and I have been talking about, the globe is in the pandemic at the moment, not great times. Yes, things are getting better. And good to see Kabaddi getting live. Kabaddi can be seen. Kabaddi can be enjoyed. Because ये हमारा खेल है सुहेल, ये खेल है जो पसीने में नहलाता भी है, मन बहलाता भी है, ये शरीर तोड़ता भी है, ये रिश्ते जोड़ता भी है। जब कबड्डी खेलते हैं तो obviously there'll be bones that'll be broken.
Yeah.
You know, you'll feel the heat and the hurt both. But at the teaches you the best lessons of life as much as sport does. और कबड्डी के खेल की तो क्या बात है, अब सिर्फ 2 पॉइंट की लीड यहाँ पर रह गई। बेनी स्कूल अभी भी आ गए हैं, छज्जू राम अकेडमी के पास एक मौका था, they had an opportunity where if they had inflicted their all out, they could have got 2 extra points for the all out and they would have been in the lead, but that was not to be. So you need to cash in on those moments. And one moment lost, one moment gone will never go. You can never touch the running water twice. आप बहते पानी को 2 बार नहीं छू सकते हैं जिंदगी में, एक ही बार छू सकते हैं। वो मोमेंट, वो लम्हा चला गया, मगर उस मोमेंट के बाद आपने उससे सीखा क्या है? व्हाट इज इट दैट यू लर्न? मिस्टेक्स आर द पोर्टल्स ऑफ डिस्कवरी। गलती आपने कर दी, ठीक है, उसके बाद लर्न योर लेसन्स एंड फाइनली डिलीट योर एरर्स फ्रॉम योर सिस्टम। आपको ज्यादा देर तक सोचने की जरूरत आपको नहीं पड़ेगी। हम आपको कोशिश कर रहे थे अब पॉइंट्स टेबल आपको दिखाएं, आगे जाकर वो भी हम आपको दिखाएंगे। एक बना 5, 1 versus 5, which is a simple thing that the bonus line is not active at the moment. वो तभी एक्टिव होती है जब 6 खिलाड़ी कम से कम आपके मैट पर होने चाहिए। आगे एक पांव उस तरफ, एक पांव हवा में, तो आपको 1 अंक मिल जाता है, मगर उससे आपको रिवाइवल नहीं मिलता।
Yeah, it's been good from Bhaini School. But Chhaju Ram Academy leave. Because अगर belief नहीं है तो we don't really have anything more to play with. You know, and I think for Chhaju Ram Academy, they know how much they need this win. Easy, good to see Happy being sent in. Actually, I think because he's able to turn quickly, he could be the man for the job. But they're going to play on the defensive strategy here. Everyone wearing their masks, good to see.
बिल्कुल सही बात है, और हम सब बड़े प्रोटोकॉल्स का बड़ा ध्यान दे रहे हैं। और जैसे खिलाड़ी भी मैच से बाहर निकल के ये निकल के चले गए, ये इन्होंने मास्क पहना दिया अपन।
Not the best tackle. If you're going to go in with a tackle, you need to go as a team at this stage, Chhaju Ram. Yet again, the tackle coming far side. He's been the man with the most mistakes, unfortunately. Manoj, the right corner defender.
And jersey pulling is not allowed. So even if you successfully stop the raider in your half and you pull the jersey, it will go to the opponent. No. 1 versus 4 is all because you're dealing games and you don't have to pick from. And the running hand touch also doesn't happen in situations like this. You have a running hand touch when you got somebody standing in the middle.
Yeah.
You team corner, then you use a surprise element. Abhi the point
Yeah, it's been excellent to watch. Mohit Goyat, he's been a lead raider for Bhaini School. Today, actually, we've seen Sushil Om arrive. We've seen Happy take to the task. We actually haven't seen as much of Sushil Om as we normally do. He's been one of the lead raiders with Mohit. But we've actually seen substitutes come on. Maybe an injury to Sushil Om. We'll find out soon enough.
And because it's a contact sport, well, it requires a lot. I mean, so much goes into playing a kabaddi game. 40 minutes of grueling action. You need to be on your toes all the time. You are involved with so much of physical activity. So I think because it's a long tournament as well, so giving rest to your key players sometimes much important. Done.
Good tackle. And there's one man who was on the edge of going off the court. Saved himself. You see on the far side. Just there, he holds it, then the contact comes in. And contact made between the defender, you're allowed to put 1 foot outside the court if you have to.
सुपर टैकल अपॉर्चुनिटी, 3 या 3 से कम खिलाड़ी हों अगर डिफेंस में और रेडर को धर लेते हैं, 1 अंक नहीं मिलेगा, 2 मिलेंगे, मगर यहाँ 1 दे दिया, 1 अंक आपने दे दिया, यानी कि अब आपके सिर्फ 2 खिलाड़ी हैं, उनको 1 रिवाइवल और मिलेगा अंक के अलावा.
Ravinder on that occasion, the left cover defender playing as a corner, going in with a tackle. Silly. Should have just stayed away the minute he saw the other 2 defenders nowhere close. Paddy, there's a fear here that Chhaju Ram might just leak points. Good to see the Raiders come back and help the cause though. That's good work from Aman. They haven't used him much in this half. He was good actually whenever we saw him early in the first game.
Oh yes, he was, and good that they're back to the strength of 3 from 2. Last time when Raider came, there was an error coming in from the left corner who produced that unsuccessful tackle. He need not have done that. And now when they're here, if you see an opportunity to be pounced, do that. But the other chain, for example, the left corner dives, whosoever makes an attempt, there has to be support coming in instantly, otherwise effort.
Yeah, it's been a good game. It's been a very, very good game of Kabaddi.
23-18. Still a 5-point lead. 5-point lead is never a big lead. But if that 5-point lead is when you have a couple of minutes, then that's a huge lead, because all that a team would do when they raid, they'll kill those 30 seconds, kill the time, kill the clock, then come back. That's not something that you can do at the moment. क्योंकि 14 मिनट हैं, 14 एक मिनट में 6 पॉइंट की लीड हमें जाती देखी कबड्डी में.
Exactly. 1 versus 3. They need a super tackle here. Chhaju Ram Academy, they desperately want a tackle. It'll give them 2 points, but it'll also give them some momentum. But what they did well was not give a point. Excellent defending. They're learning. The last couple of defensive efforts, they gave away points. And I think this could be a do or die raid.
Yeah, wait for that, because when that happens, then the Raider will not have a choice but to go for a point. And when he has to go for a point, that's the time when you force him to make an error. You don't make an advanced tackle. You don't need to do that. Let the Raider make the first move. He will make the first move. If he doesn't, he'll go on the bench. You'll win the point. He'll be on the bench. Things will be better for you. 13 मिनट 34 सेकंड का समय यहाँ पर शेष रह गया, और ये टाइम आउट बहुत बहुत अहम हो जाते हैं. वो दो तरीके से, एक तो खिलाड़ी को आराम मिल जाता है, दूसरा स्ट्रेटजी आप अपनी इख्तियार कर सकते हैं. Where are we going wrong? Where can we get better? So many things that you can talk about. So that's the reason these timeouts are specifically allowed to teams. और इससे खेल सिर्फ निखरता है, प्लानिंग आपकी बेटर हो जाती है, सबको आराम मिल जाता है. आपको मुझे नहीं मिलता, हम दोनों जरूर लगातार.
23-18, the scoreline, still 13 and a half minutes to go. Bhaini School doing a fine job. And Paddy, again, we must keep talking about it. Great initiative from K7 Kabaddi Stage Up has come through. Really shocked with the quality of coverage we're getting from academy level tournament in Haryana, which is providing us as a stepping stone to the big leagues. We've talked about it before. APL, TNPL, Haryana Premier League for cricket. We're now getting the same for Kabaddi, and the quality of Kabaddi, the quality of coverage on display. Excellent work by Fan Code, by Kabaddi Adda, and all of the organizers.
Yeah, I had a mixed emotion, Sohail. When I first saw the coverage, I was like awestruck. And then I was like shocked. And then I was pleasantly surprised. And then I was elated. So it was like I was absorbing it as they have absorbed the Raider. Completely flat on the mat. When I saw it, I said, wow, you got the stats right? You can look at the bottom of the screen and say how many active players are left. You know the Raiders' points, you know the Raiders' name. And it's not just one camera. Oh, Paddy, something like this is happening. I thought this one camera will cover everything. Now these are multi-camera. This is total itself. So superb, outstanding. I'll give 100 on 100.
Yeah, it's been great to watch. The quality of Kabaddi has been incredible as well. So a substitution coming for the Chhaju Ram Academy. Number 12 coming on, Yogesh.
But if you look at that, what Bhaini School are doing at the moment, they'll dictate terms from there on. Get to see longer, you'll get to see empty range. They'll cross the balk line, complete the formality, stand near the midline, take a look at the clock, kill the clock, because they have a 9-point lead. Initiative has to come from Chhaju Ram Academy. And if you look back at that moment, Sohail, where they had an opportunity to inflict an all out and they were not able to do that, moments such as that can be so crucial and so vital in the context of the game.
I think that one moment was the moment that changed the momentum. They were down to just one man, Bhaini School. Chhaju Ram Academy were trailing by just 1 point at that stage. They could have gone into the lead by 4 points, or by 3 points rather, and that would have really changed the entire complexion of the
जी
match.
हाँ, और कोई कबड्डी का नया-नया प्रेमी बना है, तो मैं आपको बता दूँ कि क्यों सोहेल ने कहा एक्सीलेंट ट्रेनिंग दिस। आप क्यों उसका ज़िक्र कर रहे थे? क्योंकि ऑल आउट के आपको 2 अंक अतिरिक्त मिलते हैं। 1 अंक आपको रेडर लेने का मिल जाता, 2 आपको उसके मिल जाते, 3 अंकों की आपकी बढ़त हो जाती। आप 4 अंकों के डेफिसिट में चले गए, यानी कि 7 पॉइंट का फ़र्क पड़ा।
Absolutely. That's where the game tilted, but this is better. Good comeback. Sushil Om back in the mix for Chhaju Ram and picks up the points. And now Kismat Singh, right raider. He's been used well by the Bhaini School. And with a lead of 7, his job is to stay on court. Not get caught, not give away too much. Look for the bonus. Nothing on offer and heads back quickly. But now they're playing on the defense. I'm not sure if I agree with that strategy, Paddy. When you've got 7 on court, you need to still look for raid points if you're Chhaju Ram Academy. 11 minutes and counting down.
It's as if Chhaju Ram are 28 and Bhaini School are 21. And look at the attitude of the team that is leading by 7. Their raiders are putting on longer raids, whereas it was just a 2-second raid put in by the Chhaju Ram Academy raider. Surprising, shocking.
Yeah.
मतलब आपको करना चाहिए, आप जाइए, आप फटाफट पॉइंट देखिए कहाँ से मिलेंगे। अब डिफेंस से आपको मिला, लेकिन 1 पॉइंट मिला।
Nice to see when they prove us wrong. It's a good thing to see the defenders come through. We both wanted to see them play on the raid, but somehow they back their defense. I agree. Hopefully now their raiders will have a bit more spark. Look for the bonus, but what a tackle that was! Sandwich tackle. Two right corner defenders coming through, then support from the left side.
And what they did was they lifted the upper body and tilted it. The direction was different, so that even if he has some life left in him, he goes to the commentary box and nowhere else.
He joined us close by. Sushil Om, he's been great to watch. Number 7 for Chhaju Ram Academy. 1 versus 4, Paddy, as we always talk about, one of the most difficult paths for a raider. And so it gives Bhaini School the opportunity to actually play safe kabaddi. And this is where Chhaju Ram will find it difficult.
Yeah. And that's the reason we always believe that when you're trailing by a bigger margin, 6, 7, 8, whatever, that's the time when your raiders should always look for points, because through raiding you can win multiple points. From the defense, you at the most you'll win 1 point, except for the fact when it's a super tackle and the situation is so very different. So now this is packed.
Yeah.
And it's a Bhaini School raider who comes, and he has plenty of opportunities. The opportunities are bonus points. Opportunities can be a toe touch, running hand touch, and when you have the facility of picking that running hand touch, so your opportunities increase.
And when you have the luxury of 6 points, you can come back with an empty raid, which is what he did as well. Sushil Om now has the onus. If he can pinch a point or two here, it could change the game. Because then there's an all-out opportunity. We were just talking about it. Can he get there? No, that is an outstanding tackle. He was centimeters, inches away from getting through the defense and then finding the midline. But that was a good effort.
What hurt more? 4 people on him, 300 kgs on him, or the agony of losing a point? I mean, he could have wiped off the entire defense in one go. He was there, so near, yet so far. And the game would have turned on its head.
He was trying to get that right arm through, and somehow just at the end, the Bhaini School defenders doing a great job to pull him back. Empty raid. We're going to see a lot of empty raids from Bhaini School because they have the lead of 7 at the moment.
And this sport teaches you that you can do so much alone, you can do so little. You need to be there for your partner when your partner is in trouble. When your partner is in trouble, your team is in trouble. So, but also you have to make sure when to produce that tackle, when not to produce that tackle. So that certainty needs to be there. He knows there's a certainty of picking up a bonus point. He does that. Where does he pick the bonus point? From the right side of the left in, which is again a great quality to possess. I mean, there are many qualities he possesses because he also touches, he also uses the lobbies, 1 for the bonus, 1 for the touch point, 2-point raid, pop.
Excellent work. Excellent work. That's why Bhaini School are inside the top 3 in Pool A. The top 3 teams going to the Super 6. Picks up momentum on the run, gets the bonus, then looks for the touch point. Hungry Raiders. Under 8 minutes to go now.
Dangling hand, I was looking for it. I was expecting a snake from somewhere to come crawling, looking for that line and crossing it. That's not to be. This defense is actually very, very good. Look at that. There's a block there, and somebody's pulling your leg from somewhere. So they're killing all the options that the raider could have to make it successful back into zone.
So so close, and they've been so close on many occasions so far. Chhaju Ram Academy, really, really tough ask now, but we've seen it happen before in this sport of kabaddi. We've seen big comebacks towards the second half, and we can potentially see a big one here as well. Words from the coach.
Yeah, coach is wearing a mask. It's a tough ask. Coffee in the flask.
I got my coffee. I'm waiting for someone a flask, and I've got Padamji Sharawat alongside me as well here. We've enjoyed the coverage so far.
Yeah, we're having fun as we always have during all of that. 32 to Bhaini School, 22 to Chhaju Ram Academy. There was a time where it was neck and neck, and that one moment of madness, I would say, because you had just one raider raiding. You had the opportunity of inflicting an all out, of picking two extra points, and you just let that opportunity go. That's something that shouldn't have been, but because that has happened, and now time is 7 minutes and a little over. And sometimes when a raider has that speed and that great velocity, what you do is you force those defenders to step out of the end line, and that only happens when you have a speedy raider with a lot of brisk activity happening on the court. At the moment, you can understand it's a 10-point lead, and Bhaini School will say, okay, we can just sit and relax. It's up to them to do something strange, and let them put in effort. We'll make it 30 second raid is what you're allowed. Wait for 27, 28. Go back, kill the clock. You have your match in your pocket.
Yeah, exactly. 10-point lead, you can protect it. And we are at the home of Anup Kumar's academy, actually, the Future Fighters Kabaddi Academy. And when you have a lead of 10, 6.5 minutes to go, that man used to be the expert on how to control a lead. He's done it successfully throughout his career, whether it was for India, whether it's for U Mumbai, whether it was for Puneri Paltan, or other teams that he played for, the Jaipur Pink Panthers. He spent some time there.
So if fans want to write in Sohail, because people are inquiring, please WhatsApp me. Said if we want to give feedback, comment, suggestion, they want to say great things about it, where do they go and do that?
Well, head across to Twitter, to Instagram, follow Kabaddi Adda on both those social media platforms, and also go to the Kabaddi Adda YouTube page. There's about 400,000 subscribers on YouTube
Say
alone.
that again.
400,000.
4 lakh.
Yep, 4 lakh subscribers from the world of Kabaddi on the Kabaddi Adda YouTube page, and you guys can join that family. And if you want the highlights, if you want the live coverage, of course, head across to fan code. This is the home of the K7 stage up Kabaddi, and it will be the home for the next couple of weeks up until the 8th of August.
Super tackle opportunity. ये मुझे बड़ा मजा आता देखने में because you have two defenders, you got one radar, you pin him down, you win 2 balls. No, in the backtracking skills, and he waits. He had the hand up in the air and said, "The other one, can you want to touch me?" Anyone who touches him gets electrocuted.
Done and dusted. 1 versus 2, and this spells trouble for Chhaju Ram. There you go. That's what Paddy was talking about. Had the arm in the air, then slaps it down over the midline. Now they don't mind giving him a bonus. Substitute. They've given him the bonus. Now they want to stop the touch point, and this is a defense that's been very organized. They will look to pounce as a pack.
Yeah, and sometimes what happens is the real impact happens from the second attempt from the defense. But whosoever puts the first touch in the tackle, now that's a good. Is out. Without a touch, you cannot enter the lobbies. So that's all out. So well, that's something I would always wanted to change because somebody who makes the most impact there should get the point. However, the point goes to the defender who puts in the first touch. I mean,
Paddy, you'll be pleasantly surprised. In this tournament, we've made that change. The defender that makes the big is the
brilliant.
one
Because
that has
otherwise, you know what was happening? God heals and the doctor takes the field.
correct. It was
So,
brilliantly done.
and that's the reason it was important for the fans, for the viewers to know that this is what is happening. Now, here, whosoever is most impactful. I mean, there might be three defenders putting in that effort, but somebody whose effort was seen to stop the radar from going back. That defender wins the point here. 14 पॉइंट की लीड अब हो गई है और ये लीड बहुत फिलहाल बड़ी है considering that the time that we've got on and it's like under 4 minutes and this is going to be a task. Writing may be more or less on the wall at this moment, unless something strange happens. We've seen stranger things happening in pro kabaddi, mind you. We've seen a lead of 13 points going with under 4 minutes remaining. But you don't have to be outrageous at the moment. And I'm saying that for the team that is leading at the moment. All you need to do is play safe kabaddi. All you need to do is go as they're doing at the moment. They're putting that trade. He's already crossed the block line. He's looking at the clock and he's saying, okay, I'll kill the clock here. Killing the clock means you allow 30 seconds to trade. You use 27. By the time the 30th second strikes, you need to be backing on.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 minutes to go, and they need a Herculean task. They need a task that someone of a familiar name to Pawanji Sherawat, no relation to him, but Pawan Sherawat, that man could potentially do at a stage like this. And it's a real tough one.
For sure. And see the smartness from the defense. There is no advanced tackle coming. They're saying, okay, if at most one defender is in trouble, give 1 point. It doesn't harm us at all. At the end, what they're searching for is maximum points from the game, and they'll get it. 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining from here on. And good to see the clock also stops at the bottom square. Local tournaments, the clock does not stop. So when the action stops, the clock also stops because we want to give the fans total quality and all the force of stupendous action. Not that the time was lost in whatever, the team talk or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's important in this sport. You want to squeeze out of each game. What a tackle that is. Where's this been hiding? Chhaju Ram Academy now coming alive, more out of desperation, but they need that quality of defense. That quality of defense Bhaini School possesses. That's one of the best frontal blocks I have seen in a long time. That would have stopped a pro kabaddi player in his tracks. Outstanding from Vikas.
Yeah, and his placement, look at that. What he does is uses entire body and the low center of gravity. Outstanding. I mean, he's coming with a lot of force. And if your placement is not right, if your feet are not intact, then you'll get dragged down back to zone half.
That was outstanding work from Vikas. Keep your eyes on each and every one of these young lads because they will use this as a platform towards bigger things. You will see a lot of these boys playing pro kabaddi in a few years' time. And that is the hope for each and every one of them, that they have a brighter future. Vikas certainly has a bright future. He's racking up the points. Late in the game, number 3 from the left corner for the Bhaini School.
Look at that defense for the certainty, for the clarity of thought, for the decisiveness. I mean, look, he goes, but he turns. When he turns, he finds there's another chain waiting for him. So you need to close all doors for the Raider. Otherwise, what's going to happen is it gets reminded me of Shabbir Bapu season 1, season 2, raiding the Bulls, and that one raid made U Mumba enter the final, or the final. Yeah, they won the final. That was the final I was talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you need to close all doors. Otherwise, Raider will look for a window somewhere here and there. Kill the window, kill the door, kill everything. 60 seconds more remaining. Chhaju Ram Academy. Again, there. Defending. I think they are giving a master class in defense.
Yeah, that's a great example, Paddy. Here again, it was Vikas that came in with a big block, but he missed. He completely missed the tackle. As you said, they had a second line of defense waiting. There you go. Second line of defense was waiting. Then Vikas had time to recover.
So there are 4 windows, 10 doors, 2 CCTV cameras. They're so vigilant about it.
Still no way out. No way out for the Raiders. Kismat Singh comes in with a 14
No way
point
out
lead.
because everything's locked.
It is
They've
locked.
shut everything.
Done.
Dusted, buried, over. Very soon 20 seconds से कम का समय शेष रहेगा और जाते जाते हम फैंस को ये जरूर कहेंगे भाई अगर आपको हमारी कवरेज अच्छी लगी है तो प्लीज just spread a word. Those are the 2 voices that people have loved across right through the past 7 seasons. ये 7 का अपने दोस्तों में जिक्र कीजिए, हमारे बारे में बातें कीजिए क्योंकि कबड्डी का खेल ये बातें करना, ये स्प्रेड होना डिजर्व करता है. ये हमारा खेल है, मिट्टी से जुड़ा हुआ खेल है और इस खेल की जो खुशबू है उस खुशबू की महक आपको कहीं और मिलेगी.
Yeah, completely agree with my good friend, my old friend in the kabaddi circuits now, Padamji Sarawat. And what fun we've had bringing this game to you as well. Not so much fun for the Raider because the Bhaini School defense have turned it on. They have really been rock solid. And this should be the final raid of this match. He'll watch the clock down, but that is the end of the game. What a win for Bhaini School. That firmly puts them in the top 3 in Pool A, heading towards qualification for the Super 6.
Majestic. outstanding. And they were always under pressure. It was not Chhaju Ram that were under pressure. They were not the favorites one to enter. Bhaini is supposed to win it when you're supposed to expectations and they lived up to it. Though I still feel there was a moment, Sohail, that one moment when they're all out had inflicted in the lead. And when you are in the lead, your mindset is different.
Yeah.
And suddenly you think about that moment for 3-4 minutes, and you keep thinking about that moment for 3-4 minutes. Many more moments get lost.
Yeah, absolutely. In the end, it was Bhaini School that dominated proceedings in the second half. Chhaju Ram Academy couldn't find a way back. 42-28, sizable win in the end. So there you go. Bhaini School wins by 14. That's not all. We've got plenty of action coming your way. P&J Academy, they've been the out-and-out favorites in some sense. They take on Khokar Academy. That is going to be a great match live at 12. Then Chhaju Ram Kabaddi again versus NK, and one more match at 8 p.m. So great to have you guys join us once again. And from Padamji Chirawat and myself, Suhail Chandok, it is a thank you. And we will see you later in the day. This is the final score, 42-28. Paddy, enjoyed it?
Yeah, loved it. And I'll say, please keep smiling, keep watching Kabaddi, keep smiling, because it confuses an approaching frown.
I love it. On that note, it's time for us to say goodbye. 42-28, the final scoreline. Bhaini School takes it and slots themselves firmly in the top 3 of Pool A.